So Ukraine is basically bombing refineries, all the infrastructure, and strangling the Russian industry. And Russia retaliates by bombing civilian population. And this is basically the same thing that happened at the end of World War II, where like the British were bombing German industry, and Nazi Germany was launching the V2 rockets onto London, terrorizing the civilian population, which just rallied around the flag and got even more determined to continue fighting.
Yeah.
So for me, it looks from a strategic perspective what the Russians do is just sowing terror, and it's a very stupid way of waging war.
I think this is a way of waging war which is suited to appease the Russian population. The Russian society is completely built and obsessed with the idea of hierarchy and also of humiliation, right? How to establish a hierarchy between people all the time. And they don't have anything of this, Western egalitarianism. Like, who needs that, right? It is much more to them. It's about assessing, where am I in this hierarchy? And a vast amount of the Russian society lives in abject poverty. They live in a situation where every person who's right in their minds makes the assessment, this really sucks, and I would like to do something about it. But they have grown up in this paradigm that they cannot do anything about it. And their way of getting, self-esteem as a population is to put other people down, to reestablish this hierarchy. We are above them. So now we have a situation in which the Ukrainians are bombing wild berries and also the oil refineries, which leads to a fuel shortage. So now you have a certain kind of suffering, which is more like an inconvenience for now. And they see it as humiliating. And when that happens, they want to retaliate. And they retaliate in a way that they know best, which is just actively going after the civilian population. I don't think that they have the separation of what is a military target, what is a civilian target, what are targets anyway. When you think about it through the lens of humiliation, then those categories are not really valid anymore. We think about this from a military perspective and a perspective of what is a good use of our means to meet, to go to our ends. That's not how they think about it.